Hey, Shalom, call Allah Yahweh Hashem Osha, and Shalom to the elect. The second video is about another king named Malak Ambar. He was over in India, and basically his story, the underdog story. I just finished watching this. I just want to put this up. So before I let this play, I'm going to pull a few precepts. And this just goes to show that the Most High, He did this to us. Because ultimately we did it to ourselves. Us going off, not doing what we're supposed to do, being disobedient. That's why I say right in the book of Deuteronomy, the curse of disobedience. And sometimes you hear how people, they'll say that too, like, oh, we feel cursed, or we've been cursed, or something like that. Hey, the Most High did that, but He lifting it up now. So hold on, let me pull this back. Now it's in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 63, it says, and it shall come to pass that as the Lord Yahweh rejoice over you to do good and to multiply you, so the Lord Yahweh will rejoice over you to destroy you and bring you to naught, and you shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. And that's what happened, because our people was ruling. It wasn't just no slaves on no boat and brought over here. It was always more history. There was times when we ruled, and there was times when we was brought down. In verse 64 it says, and the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to another, and there thou shalt serve other gods. And that was one of the main reasons why people really didn't thrive like that. Like in this video, it talk about different little stuff or whatever. But the main thing was our people want to get into Hinduism, Buddhism, Islamic beliefs. Shit, you got some of our people, they be into damn Satanism. Our people, the list goes on, man. Our people be into all type of stuff. Greek mythology. And the Most High, He hate that. That's one of the top things. You got the creator of the whole universe, all these galaxies. But you ain't gonna serve some other deity. It ain't even really up there on the level, He just created it as a stumbling block for people. Reading on, it says, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Among these nations shalt thou find no ease. Hey, look at it now. People be trying to find some type of ease or whatever. It says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. And the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. And that's the main thing that go on with our people. Heart disease, blindness, madness. That's the main stuff that go on with our people, man. In verse 66 it says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, with God it were even. And at even thou shalt say, with God it were morning. It's the same thing. I wish it was evening time. Like, damn, I wish it was morning time. It says, for the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. I was just talking about spiritual Egypt over here, because America got numerous nicknames in the scriptures. Whether it be Egypt, whether it be Rome all over again, Babylon, the great whore, so on and so on. That says, and the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Let me let this video play, and we'll pull another precept and end this off. And y'all can, like I said, man, you can check these videos out. This is the channel I was on. I just happened to search some stuff up, and it popped up on this.
Were relative newcomers in the region, taking advantage of the instability caused by an ongoing war to migrate into the country. Chapu's childhood was a traditional Oromo peaceful pastoralist life. 16th century Ethiopia was a land defined by slavery. While it impacted all communities, Solomonic Christians and Adal Muslims in particular targeted the largely spiritualist Oromos. By 1555, over 12,000 slaves per year were captured and sold in Ethiopia, stripped of their freedom and shipped out to serve elites from Cairo to the heart of Persia. Sure enough, at only 12 years old, Chapu was captured by Arabic traders, becoming a statistic in an epidemic slave trade that spanned across the Indian Ocean. The young boy was put on auction in a slave market in a port on the coast of Yemen. Young, scared, and alone, the boy likely wondered if he would ever see his home or family again, while auctioneers peddled him as if he was no different to the coffee beans, musk, ivory, and silk on sale in the bazaar. Chapu.
Yeah, I'm just pausing right there. Like I said, I already watched this video recently, not too long ago. I just want to pull these important factors. This is why the Most High can put the spirit on these different nations. They go to war with each other and come to a certain region of the earth. If you've been watching the news, that's been taking place. It's in the book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 1, it says, "For behold, in those days, in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." As you can see, they did that. These different little nations. They all had a hand in it. It wasn't just Esau, even though Esau was one of the top fundraisers for this shit. These other nations, they took part of it too, so they got to pay for that. That's why I say right here, the Lord judges the nations. And it says in verse 3, "And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink." And that's how they treated our people, man. Like there was nothing. But really, we the top people on the earth, and they gonna get to see that. So, just want to bring this stuff out. I was gonna put some more precepts, but they ain't come to me, so I'll just end this off. Just a little quick video, part 2 on knowing our history and knowing that how people had a hand in these different empires, these different societies to build them up to where they're at today. So, Lord's willing, this is edifying. Call all y'all by Shalom to the left.